अजीज़ तलबा और तालबात, फ़रूक फाउंडेशन ऑनलाइन स्कूल के ज़रिए यकसा नसाब के मुताबिक तालीम हासिल करें। अगर हमारी वीडियोस पसंद आएँ तो चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें और दोस्तों के साथ शेयर करें और बेल आइकन को लाजमी दबाएं ताकि आइंदा आने वाली तालीमी वीडियोस आप हासिल कर सकें।
अस्सलाम वालेकुम बच्चों, उम्मीद है आप सब खैरियत से होंगे। बच्चों, ऑनलाइन स्कूल से आप मुकम्मल तालीम हासिल करके बोर्ड का इम्तहान बराए जमात नहम और दहम बेहतर तौर पर पास कर सकते हैं। आप अपनी उम्र और तालीम के मुताबिक मज़ीद तालीम हासिल करें। वालिदैन से फ़ोन या कंप्यूटर पर हमारी वीडियोज़ के ज़रिए तालीम हासिल करने की दरख्वास्त करें। रोज़ाना 1 से 2 घंटे ऑनलाइन पढ़ाई करें और जब आप स्कूल जाएंगे तो आपको मज़ीद किसी मदद की ज़रूरत नहीं होगी। इस तरह पढ़ाई करके अपना वक्त और वालिदैन के अखराजात में बचत कर सकते हैं। ऑनलाइन स्कूल की कोई फ़ीस नहीं है। आप जूम पर भी क्लासेस का फ़ायदा उठा सकेंगे। हर मज़मून की मुकम्मल तालीमी वीडियोज़ मौजूद हैं। स्टूडेंट्स, आई एम टेकिंग ऑल दिस कंटेंट्स ऑफ दिस चैप्टर फ्रॉम द पंजाब टेक्स्ट बुक बोर्ड. Today we are going to discuss about the review exercise 2. In this exercise, chapter number 5 to 8 are considered. All the questions in this review exercise are related to these 4 chapters: the rain, television versus newspaper, little by little one walks far, and peace. First one is a multiple choice question. Choose the correct option. But the point here is that it is not that convenient. The underlined word means, underlined word है बेटा convenient, तो पूछ रहे हैं convenient का मतलब क्या है, तो convenient का मतलब होता है easy. Second, though both of these medium cover the news effectively, there are distinct differences in the way they do it. The underlined word means, underlined word है distinct, तो distinct का मतलब क्या होगा, clear. C option. Third one, I am prepared to excel and make it much further in the years to come with my college education. The underlined word means, underlined word है excel, excel का मतलब होता है बेटा to do extremely well. Option B. The last couple of years have been a long bumpy ride for me, as they have for everyone of my age. The underlined phrase mean, a long bumpy ride for me का मतलब होगा hard and challenging time. B option. Everyone had a dash on his or her face on the way home, which connotation is more positive. So smile is more positive connotation. The synonym of lovely is, इसका होता है बेटा beautiful. B option. The synonym of culprit is, culprit का synonym क्या होगा, offender. The antonym of abandon is, antonym यानी कि उल्ट क्या होगा, तो abandon होता है धुतकारना और support होता है उसकी मदद करना. The antonym of bright is, antonym उल्ट bright का पूछ रहे हैं यानी कि bright रोशन, इसका उल्ट होगा dark. Someone ate my cookies. The underlined word is a और an. Someone क्या होगा बेटा, someone है indefinite pronoun. C option. The watchman blew his whistle. The underlined word is, blew क्या है बेटा यहाँ पे, तो blew है एक transitive verb. B option. I am afraid that I cannot afford to spend too much money. The underlined word is, to spend जो है वो क्या है, infinitive है. Who is the man at the door? The underlined word is, who जो है वो क्या है, वो यहाँ पर interrogative pronoun है. B option. A clever trick was played successfully by the cat. Successfully जो underlined verb है, adverb है, वो क्या है यहाँ पे, adverb of I think यहाँ पे adverb of manner आएगा. A option. Our practice usually start at 6 o'clock. The underlined word is an dash, adverb of dash. So usually जो है वो कौन सा है, adverb of frequency है. If he offer me a job, I dash it. यहाँ पर बेटा आएगा I will accept it. A option. Yesterday at 5 o'clock I dash apples. यहाँ पर आएगा आई एट एप्पल, ठीक है। यस्टरडे से क्या आ रहा है, ये पास्ट आ रहा है, तो यहाँ पर ईट की थर्ड फॉर्म सेकंड फॉर्म एट आएगी। बाय द टाइम वी गॉट द सिनेमा द फिल्म डैश सो वी मिस द फर्स्ट 5 मिनट्स, तो यहाँ पर आएगा हैड स्टार्टेड। फ्लाइंग अबव द लेक एट दिस टाइम ऑफ नाइट सीम्स अ लिटल डेंजरस, द अंडरलाइन फ्रेज इज। फ्लाइंग अबव द लेक, ये कौन सा है फ्रेज है, ये जैरन फ्रेज है, बी ऑप्शन। दे इन्वाइटेड अस टू देयर होम yesterday, what टेंस इज इट, ये है बेटा पास्ट इंडेफिनिट टेंस। A new computer was bought by them, choose the correct active voice, यहाँ पर correct active voice क्या होगा, they bought a new computer, B ऑप्शन आएगा यहाँ पर। Next question B related to the comprehension, answer the following question, how can we raise the status of our country in the world, हम दुनिया में अपने मुल्क का वक़ार किस तरह बढ़ा सकते हैं। So the answer is we raise the status of our country by hard work and devotion with our duties. We should think beyond our personal, local or provincial identities and prejudices. हम दुनिया में अपने मुल्क का वक़ार मेहनत और पुरअमन रवैये के ज़रिए बढ़ा सकते हैं, अपनी मेहनत लगन के ज़रिए बढ़ा सकते हैं और अपनी ज़ात को पीछे रखकर अपने मुल्क की खातिर सोच कर। सेकेंड क्वेश्चन, व्हाट विल बी द इफेक्ट ऑफ सनशाइन ओवर रेन ड्रॉप्स, बारिश के कतरों पर धूप का क्या असर होगा। दिस क्वेश्चन इज रिलेटेड टू द 5th चैप्टर द रेन। सो द आंसर इज द सनशाइन विल ब्राइटन द रेन ड्रॉप्स, ये जो है उसको मोती की तरह चमक अता कर देगी। थर्ड क्वेश्चन, व्हाट रोल कैन मीडिया प्ले इन ब्रिंगिंग हार्मनी इन सोसाइटी। सो द answer is peace media is journalism that cares for peaceful conflict transformation. Peace media is social marketing that support peace agreement. Peace media is entertaining education program that promote peace. Peace media is a regulation of half broadcasting. Next fourth question, co-curricular activities prepare students for future. How? जो हम नसाबी सरगर्मियाँ होती हैं वो मुस्तकबिल के लिए तलबा को तैयार करती हैं, कैसे। सो द आंसर इज़ स्कूल करिकुलम इंक्लूड्स सेवरल इम्पॉर्टेंट एक्टिविटीज़ विच आर फॉर ग्रुप, इंडिविजुअल और आउटसाइड द स्कूल. सम ऑफ द एक्टिविटीज़ आर इंटरनल while others is external. Internal activities are performed within the school premises while external activities are performed outside the school where students represent the school. It earns the name and fame for the whole school. Games, sports, debates, essay competition, etc. all can be put as physical and mental activities. Next, question C. Read the letter to the editor and answer the questions given below. हमने इस पूरे लेटर एडिटर को पढ़ना है, लेटर को पढ़ना जो कि एडिटर को लिखा गया और हमने उसमें से आंसर देने हैं. I refer to the letter Monsoon and Disaster Management. Suggest the following precautionary measure to be adopted before the onset of monsoon. Disaster management teams must visit all villages to educate the population living in rural areas for compliance of standing operation procedures, जिसको हम SOPs भी कहते हैं, standing operation procedures, to avert any human and livestock loss in case of floods. Disaster management must ensure that affected people's belongings left behind when they abandon their homes must be protected from any theft, etc., as was experienced in the flood of 2012 and 2011 respectively. Adequate arrangement on evacuation of people and livestock must be ensured. Sufficient numbers of boats must also be made available on short notice either by federal or provincial governments. Sufficient number of water pumps must be made available to drain out water in populated areas. Provincial irrigation department must be made responsible to ensure strengthening of dikes or embankments. Disaster management authorities must ensure the availability of tents on short notice so that the affected people can be provided shelter without waiting in the open. Security arrangements must be put in place to ensure that food supplies to the affected people can be ensured. An accident of looting took place in the past. No political point scoring can be allowed by law enforcement agencies, as there must be one distributing body for food and other essential items. Civic bodies must take sanitation departments to clean all nalas in populated areas so that a smooth flow of rainy water can be ensured. Medical teams must also be reported to the affected areas with adequate supplies of medicine on short notice. So students, this was a paragraph. Now we have to answer the questions related to this paragraph. First one, what is the main idea of the letter? So the answer is, the main idea of the letter, a precautionary measure to be adopted before the onset of moon. Next, what is the writer's opinion on the issue? The writer's opinion on the issue is that disaster management team must visit all villages to educate the population living in rural areas for compliance of standing operation procedure, means SOPs, to avoid any human and livestock loss in case of flood. Third question, what points does the writer make to support his opinion? So the answer is, medical teams must also report to the affected areas with adequate supplies of medicines on short notice. Security arrangements must be put in place to ensure that food supplies to the affected people can be ensured as incidents of looting take place in the past. Civic bodies must task a sanitation department to clean all nalas in populated areas so that a smooth flow of rainy water can be ensured. Next question, what suggestions does the writer give to cope up with that issue? So the answer is, provincial irrigation department must be made responsible to ensure strengthening of dikes or embankments. Second, disaster management authorities must ensure the availability of tanks. Third one, adequate management on evacuation of people and livestock must be ensured. Fourth one, civic bodies must task sanitation department to clean all nalas. Fifth one, populated areas so that a smooth flow of rainy water can be ensured. Next question 5. Do you agree with the writer? Give reason. Yes, I agree with the writer. Next question 6. Write a precise of the passage. हमने जो पैसेज हमने पढ़ा है इसके बारे में हमने प्रिसाइजली लिखना है, यानी कि अपने आसान अल्फाज में उसको लिखना है थोड़े से लाइंस में. So the answer is, before the onset of moon, all rural population should be educated to deal with this season to save human and livestock from floods. Disaster management teams must visit all villages to educate the population living in rural areas for compliance of standing operation. They must ensure that affected people's belongings left behind when they abandoned their homes must be protected from any theft, etc. Sufficient number of water pumps must be made available to drain out water in populated areas. Next question. Asking principal to arrange a trip to a historical place study tour. So the answer is, the principal, school name, उसके बाद city ABC, and उसके बाद dear sir, we beg to state that our school will close for the summer vacation next week. We have planned to go on an educational trip. We want to see the Shah Jahan Tomb, Lahore. We also want to see the Minar-e-Pakistan of Lahore. This trip will be very useful to us. It will give us first-hand knowledge of history. The trip will cost 2,000 per head. Our teacher of history has agreed to take us to these places. 30 students of our class will go on this trip. We therefore requested you kindly to arrange this trip. Yours obediently. बट आपने फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल ये वाली चीज़ और ये, ठीक है, किसी भी एप्लीकेशन में ये चीज़ें लाजमी होती हैं लेटर वगैरह में. उसके बाद सॉरी एप्लीकेशन में, और फिर उसके बाद यहाँ जो सेंटर पोर्शन होता है वो हमने अपने पॉइंट के हिसाब से लिखना होता है कि हमारा मतलब कि एग्जैक्टली पॉइंट क्या है लेटर को लिखने का या एप्लीकेशन को लिखने का, ठीक है। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन ई, राइट अ कंपैरेटिव एसे ऑन एनी वन ऑफ द फॉलोइंग। एक ऐसे लिखना है, 2 टॉपिक दिए हुए हैं, उनमें से हमने फर्स्ट वन को चूज़ किया है, आउटडोर एक्टिविटीज़ एंड प्लेइंग वीडियो गेम्स। Children today are too dependent on computers and electronic entertainment. It would be better for them to be outside playing sports and taking part in more traditional pastimes than spreading all day indoor. Do you agree or disagree with this statement? Live to run, but run to live is perhaps the best thought about physical activities and exercise nowadays. Indeed, it's fact that lots of children are spending too much time on computer games, playstations, or other electronic equipment of entertainment, and in my opinion, children should devote their free time for outdoor activities and conventional games instead of spending too much time in front of electronic entertainment. On the first hand, outdoor games always bring numerous benefits for the child health. In fact, it trains them in terms of agility and physical endurance. Moreover, it also makes them stronger because of fresh air, physical activity, and exposure to the sunlight, which is beyond or any further doubt some of the essential life things in life. This creates a generation of healthy youngsters with better ability, physique, and less prone to disease. Another crucial benefit of this is undoubtedly that it teaches children to socialize and make friends, making them better, kind of, and responsible citizens. On the other hand, some type of PC games can be very intelligent and may contain huge educational potential which can encourage youngsters to develop reflex skills, concentration, and inspire them to learn new things. However, some video games can be very aggressive in nature, which develops nothing but button pushing skill or aggressive mentality, and unfortunately, these games are usually highly addictive, which may lead to the lack of physical activity. It seems pretty obvious that a person should indulge both video game and outdoor activities in equal measure. Just like any form of reaction, too much of one thing can be bad. A healthy mix of outdoor activities and video game is going to be healthy and positive for both adults and children. Next question F. Paraphrase the following stanza. There is a stanza written, I hear leaves drinking rain, I hear rich leaf on top, giving the poor beneath, drop after drop. 'Tis a sweet noise to hear, these green leaves drinking near. Student, this stanza is taken from the poem The Rain, from the chapter number 5. So the answer is, I hear noise of raindrop falling on leaves. It looks as if leaves are drinking rain. The rich leaves on top are giving raindrops to the poor beneath. It is sweet noise to hear that green leaves are drinking. Next question. Write a summary of the poem Peace. This question is related to the chapter number 8, Peace. In this poem, the poet wants to convey a message that we have to experience storms to enjoy peace. Nature keeps us lesson through wind, water, mountain, and light. She says that the wind in the form of storm smashes everything in its rage, destroys trees, fields, and buildings. It becomes the monsters of destruction. It wrecks all achievements of man from valleys to vale. It wheels the wreckage and sweeps it away. However, this situation does not last forever. After a certain time it subsides, then the wind becomes gentle and cool. Now it gives life to flowers, birds, trees, fields, birds, and human. The poet wants to say that the nature teaches us lesson through forces of nature. We have to experience storms to enjoy peace. There is peace after suffering and miseries. We have to pay for peace. Students, I hope आपको इस चैप्टर की इस रिव्यू एक्सरसाइज की बट अच्छी तरह समझ आ गई होगी। इन रिव्यू एक्सरसाइज का मकसद ये होता है कि हम एक दफ़ा दोबारा से सारा रिपीट कर लें जो हम पिछले चैप्टर्स में पढ़ चुके हैं। जैसा कि रिव्यू एक्सरसाइज जब 1 आई थी तो उसमें हमने फर्स्ट 4 चैप्टर्स को रिवाइज़ किया था। अब ये रिव्यू एक्सरसाइज सेकंड जो है इसके अंदर हमने 5 से लेके 8 चैप्टर तक मज़ीद 4 चैप्टर्स को रिवाइज़ कर लिया है। तो ये रिपीटिशन का मकसद ये है कि हम दोबारा से उन चीज़ों को रिवाइज़ करें ताकि हमारी प्रैक्टिस अच्छी तरह हो जाए, हमारी तैयारी अच्छी तरह हो जाए। तो आपने जितनी भी चीज़ें इनको अच्छी तरह याद करना है, अपने मतलब के होमवर्क के तौर पर इनको याद रखना है, ठीक है। बच्चों, अगर आपको हमारी वीडियोस पसंद आएँ तो इस चैनल को लाइक और सब्सक्राइब करें ताकि आप आने वाली हर वीडियो से आगाह रह सकें। शुक्रिया।